Yo, it's Friday night, 9 p.m. sharp. You know what time it is.
NarcoCop and Timmy T hitting you with that Lambo energy.
He's Mike by name, but the streets call NarcoCop. Used to bust dealers, now he's busting long shots. Retired badge, now he's bad with the bets. Octagon fiend, cashing slips, no regrets. Friday night fights, Seki poured on ice. Lambo Plays podcast, breaking down the price. Got parlays, KO, subs in round 3. Split decision magic, cash it like a G. Lambo Plays, it's a wild parade. Long shots flying, getting that paid. Tim with impressions, Narco's got the locks. Whisper bet of the week, gonna shock your socks. Lambo Plays, the odds go cray. Spin that wheel, it's a betting ballet. KO's a B, round 2 or 3. Hit that split, cashing big LFG. Tim Troiano, lotion in hand. Tennis coach by day, fight fan of the land. Watching WMMA, yeah, you know the drill. Playing with himself, just joking, but still. Impressions fly, Katona in the house. Roses Jr. squeaking, Tim's loud like a mouse. Cornholio vibes, he's stealing the show. Narcos like bruh, but they still go toe to toe. Round 2 chaos, round 3 gold. Split decisions, bets unfold. Side case sipping, parlays lit. Lambo energy, never quit. Lambo Plays, it's a wild parade. Long shots flying, getting that paid. Tim with impressions, Narco's got the locks. Whisper bet of the week, gonna shock your socks. Lambo Plays, the odds go cray. Spin that wheel, it's a betting ballet. KOSOB, round 2 or 3. Hit that split, cashing big LFG. NarcoCop, Timmy T, Friday nights, the Lambo Plays podcast. Where long shots live large, and splits hit harder. We out. We out. We out.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to NarcoCop MMA. This is the Lambo Plays podcast, episode 152, UFC Vegas 111. I'm your host, Mike, along with a special guest co-host today in Dravi. Dravi, what's up, my man? Thank you for filling in last second. Basically, this guy is what do they call them? The closers, the relief pitchers, something. But he came in last second because Tim was not feeling well. So I had to hit up a couple of friends, and Dravi came through. Thank you, Dravi, again for coming through here. We're going to try to kind of push through not too long on this one and try to bang out some big winners. How are you feeling? How are you feeling about UFC Vegas 111?
Hey, thanks for having me, bro. So yeah, feeling good. I think there's some good matchup on this card, actually, and I think there's some potential spots for some Lambos. So yeah, I'm excited to break it down with you tonight, and we're gonna find some spot, I'm sure.
Beautiful, beautiful. We are definitely gonna find some spots. Let me shout out my guy, Daz Files, first ever 100 to $1, $2.50 into 246. Super thanks. Thank you very much for the $25 dono. And if you don't know, he is referring to the 90 to 1 Lambo parlay I gave out last week. The submission parlay, 3-legger, all 3 of them hit 90 to 1. I had like a million messages from everybody. I love to see it. So when you give out big long shots and they hit, I mean, everybody makes big money with a little bit of money invested. So it feels good. With that being said, let me go over to my chat. First of all, what is up, Dixon? Narco, did you see the face-offs? Bonfim miss weight. Rumors. I honestly looked at the tape. I looked at everything. I think that injury shoulder is bullshit. I didn't see any injury shoulder. He shook his hand at face-offs. I don't know, man. People are just running with all kinds of bullshit now. 1 injury, 2 injuries in a row, whatever. Now everything is an injury. How many times have we seen guys miss weight? Come on. I mean, I just think it was a really rough weight cut. Yes, sure. He didn't look great. But I don't think it was an injury. I think people are just like reaching now. Buster, not a lot of work with on this card, but last week was awesome. Thanks, boys. Yeah, man. Appreciate it. Smash the like Mushroom said. Azure says, hooray, it's Friday and Lambo podcast. I hope that Tim is feeling better soon. Thank you very much, Azure. Jackie Blaine, when the main event is over on Saturday, the worst part is having to wait until next Friday. You two on my screen. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you very much. Haymaker, what is up, my friend? Let's effing go. Eric Albright, what is up, everybody? Kurz says, wouldn't be surprised to see point deductions first card after the commission's meeting. It's very possible. I mean, maybe they were talked to. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's all bullshit. So we don't know. DA07 says, get well soon, Tim. Thank you to the man stepping up to do the show. Let's go, Narco. Thank you, Travi. They appreciate you. Narco, how much did you bring back on that triple sub Lambo last week? I think almost 5K. Almost 5K. So it was a nice one. Wacky, who's the mystery guest? I don't think it's a mystery anymore, but yeah. What else do we have here? Playing for real. Hell yeah. Saffron says we want fixed fights. Craig Crowley, what's up, my friend? William Robbins, ayo. Sammy, I was too slow placing bets to tail the sub parlay last week, but I got Chuck Buffalo sub plus a takedown parlay, which was nice. Yeah, that's always nice. Cameron Junk said, call to the bullpen. Yeah, bullpen came. We brought in the heavy guns out of the bullpen right now. So, Kyle Larson, what's up, my friend? Thank you for joining as well. Bonino, Tim sounds different. Oh, look, we got Isaac Delgarian in the house. Yo, Narco, I got info on the main event. All right, Isaac, can you please DM me the info? What do you got on that main event? KDO bets, I rallied for you to be on the show, Javi. Oh, yeah, KDO. He rallied for you, and I rallied for him as well. Blunt Force, congrats on smashing the Lambo Narco, and shout out to Javi, the man. Feel better soon, Tim. I think we're about done. Gerardo, what's up, my friend? Thank you for joining as well. Oreo's in the house. JK also in here. All right, 176 live viewers already. We're going to start it off here. We got 12 fights to go through, so let's not even hold off here. First fight of the night is in the middleweight division. It is the 6-1 Jackson McVey versus the 9-2 Zachary Reese. Currently, the money line is -2. Sorry, no, not -2. -310 on Zachary Reese, and the comeback is +260 on the Moose Jackson McVey. As you could see, the height reach, it's about, they're very, very similar. I will kick this one off to you, Dravi. What do you have here? And what do you think of this fight in general?
Yeah, so it's a low-level fight. You know, this one got put on really short notice. It's a catch weight. I don't rate these guys, but at the end of the day, Zachary Reese is just he's more proven at this level. We know what we're getting. We don't exactly know what we're getting with McVey. That's one thing. But one thing I know is he's been submitted by a armbar in amateurs and as a pro, the 2 times he's lost. And Zach Reese, you know, he has kind of a tricky guard off his back, and he goes for these armbars and sub off his back. So I think that could be a path for him. And then on the feet, I don't even think McVey is really good. The way he reacted to the leg kick against Bruno Ferreira was a terrible look. But at the same time, Zachary Reese's chin is not good. So McVey is dangerous, and he has a good clinch game. So maybe he can knock him out. But I'm going to go with round 1 submission on this one, Narco. I don't have price on Bet Rivers, but I have +350 on Bet Online for this round 1 submission. I don't know if you have FanDuel. I'm going to check if they have the price for this fight. I'm going to
tell you what it is.
You have it? All right.
Yeah, round 1 submission on I'm assuming you're meaning Reese, right?
Yeah, Zach Reese, yeah.
Round 1 submission, Zachary Reese, best price on the market is $350 from what I see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go with that. I think that could be a path for him. And at the end of the day, that's how we saw McVey lost as a pro and as an amateur. So I think he can get that done with the submission.
Yeah. I want nothing to do with this fight, to be honest. Very short replacement, Zachary Reese. I will say, for a guy that normally, you know, Zach Reese cardio is not the best, and now he's coming in like super, super short notice. It's probably not the best thing for him. I mean, Jackson McVey was at least going to fight on this card. But I don't think Jackson McVey's cardio is good either. So I don't think it's going to really matter here. I will say that one thing that impressed me about Jackson McVey, even though he got armbarred, right? And I think the one thing he did, the mistake was he jumped the back way too quick against Ferreira and he landed up on bottom. But man, the transition there where he kept the back on Bruno Ferreira was very impressive to me, honestly, because Ferreira's a good grappler. So I'm just gonna go with Jackson McVey sub, honestly, at 7-1. Reese has not really been tested with the submission game. He was almost guillotined, honestly, against last fight. Who was that guy? The last guy he fought, not Dumas, but the one before that. Oh, it was Dusko. Dusko had a mounted guillotine on him. The problem was he couldn't get his hands together, Dusko. And McVey is long, bro. He's got good front chokes, and I'm almost certain Zach is the one that might shoot here in this fight. He could shoot, and he could shoot into some kind of front choke. And I think Jackson McVey with the long arms has decent front chokes. So I'm going to go with plus 700 on the sub here. It's not something I love or like, I don't want nothing to do with this fight, first of all. But if there was a play I sprinkled on, I sprinkled on Jackson McVey sub, because I do think he's kind of dangerous. And I've talked to some people that trained with him over there at St. Charles MMA, and they said he's a very, very sneaky grappler. Like, he's long, he's awkward, so he can get people, in bad situations. So, and I don't think Zach Reese is like some high level grappler. He's good off his back, but I do think he can be put in bad spots. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with submission here, plus 700. I don't mind your angle either. I think this fight probably ends pretty early, under 1.5. But the line is probably horrible, right? What's under 1.5?
Yeah, it's minus 200, I think.
Yeah. And then the problem is if this extends, it could look really sloppy, dude. It could be really bad. So if it probably goes over 1.5, it probably is gonna go the whole distance.
I agree with that.
All right, let's move on. Fight number 2 here. It is in the bantamweight division. It is the 15. I'm sorry. What did I put there? Why do I have 6-1? I didn't change their metrics. Oh my God. It's the 15-4 Miles Johns versus the 17-1 Daniel Marcos. Marcos will have a pretty good size advantage off of face-offs. He had a couple of inches on him or whatever. Nothing major. But for me here, it's here's the thing. It's both of these guys don't have the best cardio, honestly. They both slow down a lot in round 3. Johns, of late, I will say, has been pushing through round 3s a lot better than before. And to John's credit, I want to give him credit, honestly, because they've really fed him to the wolves lately, bro. Look at these guys they're giving him. Felipe Lima and John Matsumoto back to back. 2 young prospects that are really good cardio. They're very good everywhere. It's what? And honestly, he fought close against Matsumoto. I don't know if it was a split. I thought Matsumoto won that fight. But listen, he fought close. Even against Lima, I think it was 30-27, but it wasn't like he was getting destroyed in the fight, So, even though Marcos, I do think is good, I think Marcos is pretty good. I think it's a step down, honestly, from the last 2 guys for Miles Johns. That's how I feel in this fight. The current line's minus 185 on Marcos, and the comeback is plus 160 on Johns. I kind of lean Johns. The problem with Johns is I just don't trust his fight IQ. I just don't trust the amount of volume he puts out there. He's throwing one shot at a time, looking for a big overhand, trying to kill you. I don't think those are good ideas against Marcos, because Marcos throws in combinations. Marcos is a good striker up and down. He kicks the legs. Both guys actually could be calf kicked here. honestly, which is crazy to say. I've seen both guys getting calf kicked. But at the end of the day, I think Marcos has more volume. I think Marcos has better variety on the feet. I do think Johns could get him down here, but he's not going to be able to hold him down. That's the issue. Like, he's just going to waste energy. So this is a shitty play, which I don't like, but Daniel Marcos by decision plus 110. It's plus money, but I don't have anything on this fight. I do think that Marcos wins, though. I just feel like he throws better in combinations. He is a little bit longer. He uses his range better. And yeah, I mean, I think Johns could get takedowns, but he can't do shit with them. So I think they're just a waste of energy here. So yeah, give me Marco's decision plus 110. It's shitty price, but it is what it is. Dravi, what do you got?
Yeah, I do think it's going to be a close decision, a way or another. It is dog or pass for me from a money line perspective, just because. I mean, Marcos is taking this on a little bit of a short notice. I think it's 2 or 3 weeks, and like you said, I mean, they both slowed down in round 3, right? But Johns recently has looked better as of late, and I think he pushed through it a little bit better than Marcos. Marcos in round 3, it doesn't look very good in some of these fights. And if we look, John's had round 3 finishes in the past. Marco doesn't have any, so that's something to note. And yes, so basically the way I see it is I trust John's cardio a little bit more in round 3. And I think that the camp and the work he's been doing with Trey Ogden and these guys is good for him. And Marcos, with the little short notice, I think John's going to do better as the fight goes. But Marcos is just a better striker. Like you said, he has more tools. So I do think he's gonna do more for the first 7, 8, 9 minutes. What I've noticed with Narco, and I don't think I'm pretty sure you noticed that as well. He does well, and at the end of round 2, with like about a minute left, he started to slow down. And then the round 3 start, he does well the first minute or two, and then he slowed down at the end. So it's really the last minute of round 2 where he start to do, bad. And yeah, Johns is just good defensively, and he's hard to beat clear in a decision. Even when some of these guys, like you said, that have big cardio advantage over him, he pushed through those fights a little better than I thought he would, honestly. So I think he looked good in some of these losses. I don't think Marcos looked great against Jackson. I don't know why he was trying to wrestle as much. That was kind of weird to me. So yeah, I do think Marcos is better and should be a favorite. But if we're looking at for a prop and for a Lambo, gun to my head, I think Marcos win a decision. That's my pick. But John's decision is also live, man, and it's $1 better. I think it's either guy by decision, 29-28. But if I think John's going to do better in round 3, Marco's going to do better in round 1, and then round 2 can be very close, then I'm going to lean with the guy in John's decision at plus 250. And you know what? It can even be a split. I know Tim would love to hear that.
Split was bad, bro. I looked at it.
Really? I didn't check the prices.
It's like 350, dude. It's like terrible.
Oh, really? Okay. And if I go
350,
yeah, even John's decision is 650. It's not great. Okay, yeah, never mind. So
they
know it's going to be a close fight, but yeah,
I looked at it. Yeah, it's not even 350. It's 300.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
It's like a girl fight with the
but yeah, exactly. BPD. By the way, Marcos, I do want to correct you on one thing. Marcos was getting ready for a fight on the 22nd. Lima pulled out. So he was
it's
ready.
Not short notice for him? I thought it was like 2 weeks.
Well, short notice for this particular opponent, but he was fighting on the 22nd. He was in camp already.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Fight number 3. It is in the women's strawweight division. All right, this time it's right, guys. It's right. It's the 36-year-old Tisha Pennington, 15-7, versus the 11-3 Denise Gomes. Dravi, you're not a lotion guy, but you can give us a Lambo play here.
Yeah, I mean, some of these fights are not easy, man, because I really think like the fight we just broke down and this one, I think it's gonna go the distance, at a really high clip. And then it's just hard because these decision line are so low, so it's hard to give a Lambo. But yeah, I mean, if anyone finished the fight, I would say I think it's Denise Gomes by knockout. If there's anyone finishing, I don't think that's gonna happen. But I think if anyone is, that's gonna be her. I think there was some tricky moment in Tisha last fight against Pinheiro where she got like, it was not really a knockdown, but she kind of slipped a bit. You know what I mean? I think it was in round 1. And she took the shot well. She was not hurt or anything like that, but she's getting older, so her getting finished get more and more likely as the years go. But man, at the end of the day, she's not a good finisher. Tisha Pennington it is, and she's really tough. She's never been finished, and she fought some of the best names in the sport. So I'm not gonna predict her to get finished here. I think it's gonna be a decision. I lean Gomes because of the age difference, because of the power difference, and she's gonna have big moments in the fight. And Tisha is always on close margin. But if we look at the props and everything, then I'm gonna try to see. I didn't check the price, Narco, for split, but it's probably
I did. That's my play. That's why I was laughing. It's 350 actually. It's better than the last one for a women's
really.
fight.
Yeah, I'll go with that because it's really gonna be a close fight, this one. So
Yeah,
I'll go with GTD, but I also go Tisha split decision 750 because I think that's how she wins, honestly.
yeah. I mean, Denise Gomes. Here's the thing. Talent, like she's got good talent. Like she's a decent grappler. She has a lot of power in her hands for 115, right? But she has the stupidest fight IQ on God's green earth, dude.
Yeah.
Very, very bad fight IQ. Last fight, or when was it last fight or 2 fights ago? Against Carolina. Why are you keep grappling? She hurts her and then she grapples her. She hurts her and then grapples her. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing in this fight? And it's like her IQ is not good, man. We saw it against Angela Hill. It was not fucking good, going for stupid ass submissions and stuff like that. Tisha Pennington, the one thing you could say about her is her cardio solid. She'll be there for 3 rounds, no matter what. And I do think, by the way, she has better cardio than Gomes. Even at 36, Gomes being 25, she has the better cardio, the 2 girls. I think her volume is pretty good, right? She throws a lot of pitter-patter stuff, and that's kind of why I think this fight might be close, man, because Pennington is a veteran. It's not like Gomes is going to be able to, like, grapple her. I doubt it. She's not going to be able to hold her down if she gets her down. And it's just going to be one of those fights where Gomes lands probably bigger shots, but Pennington lands more shots. A lot of little kicks, a lot of little shots, in and out. So that's why I went with split. Again, the first 3 fights, I really don't like these like Lambo plays at all. Like I'm not advocating anybody to even play them. And if they do, I normally tell people to play 0.1 unit. I would go half of that at 0.05 unit on these first 3 because I really don't like it. Shout out to my guy Oreo, 1999 dono. I appreciate you, Oreo. Thank you very much. You got 2 donos today. A $19.99, a $25. Let's see how many we get today. We hit a Lambo parlay last week. That's where the donos are coming from, Travi. Normally, we don't really get them, but there was a Lambo parlay hit last week, so people have a little bit of extra money there. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, I appreciate them. I appreciate them greatly. Whether you donate or not, I appreciate you. But donos always help the channel. I pay the guy that does my little clips that I post sometimes. So, all right, let's move on. Fight number 4. It is in the heavyweight division. It is the 6-0 Josh Hokit versus the 6-1 Max Gimenis. I can break this one down. I mean, I watched this guy Gimenis's tape on like Instagram, whatever, and like he's facing the absolute worst guys out there. Like these guys are just horrific fighters, older fighters, guys that have been on long layoffs. The one guy, the John Ott guy who's 9 and 10, is literally he's like a professional bodybuilder now. Like he's full-time bodybuilding, and somehow he found a way to fight this guy. But yeah, I mean, listen, Gimenis is a high-level grappler. He grappled for a long time. He's good with jiu-jitsu. But the problem is we've seen these guys in the heavyweight division, high-level jiu-jitsu guys, come and always shit the bed, right? Buchecha's a higher-level jiu-jitsu guy than Gimenis. And Buchecha actually has decent striking and a decent MMA game, right? Gimenis doesn't have shit. I don't think he has anything. His takedowns don't look great. He's striking, from what I saw, looks awful. He immediately shoots anyways. It's not like he plays around. And the one fight where he probably played around in the striking, he got knocked out by the guy that's like 2 and whatever, right? 3 and 4. 3 and 4 guy knocked him out, right? So it's the thing is like Hokit, the other part is like I watch Hokit's tape, honestly, and I'm not very impressed with this guy, dude. Like you look at that fight in Dana White's Contender Series, and he was having okay success early. And then the one time he failed on that takedown, it looks so bad, dude. It looks so bad, like face first into the canvas, and the guy's punching him, you know, the Uriel guy. But that guy gassed out bad after that second takedown in round 2. He was done, you know. The problem for Gimenis is how is he going to get Hokit down? He's not taking Hokit down. You know, this guy's a high-level wrestler. He's not taking Hokit down. So how does he win? Does he win off his back with a submission against the guy that's like, it's extremely hard as a heavyweight to get subs off your back, bro. It's just super hard. Like you never see it, hardly ever, unless you're Spivak against freaking Tybura. What an embarrassing sub that was. And I had Tybura there. But yeah, at the end of the day here, it's like, I have to play Hokit. I'm hoping this Gimenis will last in round 1 and, you know, defend early and not let Hokit just smash on top. I'm going with 2-3 KO plus 310. He's the more proven guy that, you know, he has more MMA experience against better guys. You know, he can get on top, high-level wrestling. He's got that one thing that's very good for heavyweights. It's wrestling, and he's a good wrestler. So he can get on top. He's going to smash Gimenis. So hopefully he survives. This is not one I love, but KO 2-3 at plus 310. I'm just going to take a shot there. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm not going to waste too much time, Narco. I mean, I agree with your breakdown. I have the same ones, KO 2-3. It could be in round 1, honestly, but I kind of think Max will do a little bit. He will play some BJJ, and he will try to survive a little bit. And I just think, okay, even though he's not a good striker, what I've seen from Max, the way he react getting hit and stuff like that, it's not great. It's really not. So even if Josh is not good on the feet, he's better than this guy, and he's going to pressure him. And like you said, his wrestling is actually pretty good, and he has ground and pound. So I do think he's going to find a knockout at some point, but I'm going to try to fade round 1 and hope that Max can play BJJ a little bit. In round 2, I think he's going to get him out of there. So I'm going to go KO2 and KO3 like you've done, but honestly think, okay, if you want to parlay him this week, I know it could be a little bit ugly if you look at it, but I think the line is good for a parlay.
Yeah,
if you want one.
It's not going to lose to this guy.
It's really. You said it best. It's really hard for me to watch Max and the way he fight and trying to see a path for him to win here. You know,
nothing.
It's just hard.
Literally nothing. There's no path. Like
I don't see it.
At least the guy, the Uriel guy that Hokit fought can strike. He had decent striking, good leg kicks, you know, has power in his hands. Gimenis doesn't even have striking. So even if he keeps it upright, like he can't do anything. He'll get smoked there. You know, it's like he has to get a takedown and get on top. And I don't see a world where he does that against Hokit. So,
I agree.
Oh my God, we're on fire today. Adam Wilson, $19.99. $19.99. Dono. Appreciate you very, very much. Thank you for the donation, Adam Wilson. Appreciate you, my man. All right, let's move on. We're pumping through these. Fight number 5. It is in the flyweight division. It is the 10-5-1 Myra Buena Silva versus the 9-1 Jacqueline Cavalcanti. And I will say, before I went into tape, because I heard a lot of people, they're like, how is this line right? You know, Buena Silva's a big dog against Cavalcanti. Why? You know, she's plus 201 now. Line's coming down a little bit. But like, dude, Buena Silva's so slow, man. She's very flat-footed. She's very, very slow on the feet. Her punches, she's loading up on every. Those are all attributes, I think, that are not good against Cavalcanti. Cavalcanti has fast hands. She throws in combo. She's got good footwork. She's longer. She's younger. You know, so she's got more volume. All those things are true with Cavalcanti in this fight. Like, it's just, for me, it's like, can Myra Buena Silva maybe get her down? But Buena Silva hardly ever grapples. You know, She doesn't really like grappling. And it's like maybe she can get Cavalcanti down, but I don't think it's going to be easy. So for me here, it's like I was trying to think of a way of how Mayra Bueno Silva wins. The only way she wins this fight, in my opinion, is maybe she has the big moments, because she does have more power, in my opinion. And maybe she gets a takedown and has some, a little bit of control, stuff like that. I'm going to go with MBS decision at 470. It's just a bigger price is why I like it. And her split is plus 1,200. I think that's how she wins, in my opinion. She's going to win a close split or a decision. But honestly, I think Cavalcanti wins, to be honest. That's how I feel. I think she's going to win this fight. I even wouldn't be shocked if she rocked Mayra Bueno Silva in this fight from a combination or something. So, yeah, to me, it's Cavalcanti winning, but for a Lambo, it's MBS decision plus 470 and by split at plus 1,200. Javi, what do you got?
Yeah, so I also wanted to bet Bruno Silva Narco. I can't do it. I have some of my sharp friends telling me that she's a good bet and stuff like that. And I mean, it's plus 2xx at the end of the day. It's a step up in competition for Cavalcanti. If you look the name she's beaten, nothing's really impressive there. And the thing with her is that she doesn't really finish anyone. She's one-dimensional, right? She's a good striker. It's gonna throw a lot of volume, but she has no grappling, no finishing upside. And her grappling is not really tested all that much in the UFC also, I'll say. So, I mean, Bruno Silva is a better finisher. She's a better BJJ girl, and she has those nasty front choke and BJJ games. So if she can get this fight to the ground somehow, somewhere, I don't think she will because she doesn't really wrestle. And even if she tries, wrestling is not really good. But if she can get that fight to the ground at some point, whether it is, hurting Cavalcanti, because I do think MBS has more power and has some underrated power. So she could maybe hurt her and make Cavalcanti shoot, or maybe she can take her down. And if one of those scenarios happen, I don't think they will personally, but if it does happen, I think the finishing upside of this fight is MBS by submission. It's 850. That's mostly how she wins, right? She's not a good minute winner. And I just think she's a dumbass. I'm just going to say how it is. She gets really frustrated in the cage. She talked to the ref. She's complaining about stuff when it's not going her way. She's really tough. Like, she's not a quitter or anything like that. Like some other guys I'm going to talk about on the card, I'm going to call them quitter. I'm not saying MBS is a quitter, but she gets frustrated. And Cavalcanti, with all her footwork and her movements and her striking, she's going to be frustrating, man, because she's not going to have an easy time tracking her down. So I don't think she wins. I think Cavalcanti is going to win a decision, just outstriking her. Maybe MBS can have some moments, but not enough to win a decision. But I do think if there's a finish in this fight, which I think could happen, it's always live in a fight where Bruno Silva fight. It could be the submission prop. And you know what? She got her black belt 2 or 3 weeks ago. So, man, maybe she go for that submission here. So plus 850 Narco. That's what I'm going to go with.
All right. I looked at that because I do think it's semi-live if she can get it to the ground, right? Now, I got a question for you, Javi. Don't look at anything because you love these things. You always pose them to me, and last time you posed us some questions. Mayra Bueno Silva has been in the UFC for 13 fights. How many submission attempts do you think she has? Don't look.
In her UFC career, I'll go maybe because she has at least 3 submission wins, I think. So maybe I'll say 5 or 6, maybe
13.
Oh yeah, it's way more than that. God damn.
Yeah, she has a lot of subs. She goes for subs in almost every single fight, which is crazy.
So that number is juicy, Narco. Is that?
No. I looked at it. Believe me,
Yeah.
I looked at it because I looked at that that sub prop, and it was actually bigger earlier in the week. I think it went down. People hit it. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. Cavalcanti, long, she has good footwork. It's going to be
she's going to do her thing probably, right?
Yeah, it's going to be hard to track her down. That's what I'm afraid of. Like,
Yeah,
I think if Mayra gets her down, it's got to be along the fence, right? Like, Myra's not shooting in open space and getting her down. You know, I don't see that. So I don't know. It's hard to get like a girl like Cavalcanti down because of her movement. She's non-fucking stop.
Yeah.
You know.
The small cage is a bit better though for that because of
Yeah.
her style. I think her striking and her style overall is better in the big cage. Cavalcanti this is, but yeah,
Yeah.
I still think if she has one submission attempt in this fight, Narco, like she usually does, that plus 850 is gonna look better than it is, So
Yeah. I agree with that. I can't
but
argue with that.
I think she lose a decision. I think she might not even shoot a takedown or only attempt one or two and get discouraged. That's what I don't like about her. That's why I can't bet her.
All right, let's move on. Fight number 6. It is in the bantamweight division. It is the 20-5 Hani Barcelos versus the 22-6 Ricky Simone. Kick us off here. Go ahead. Good fight between two UFC veterans.
Yeah, I like this one. I think it's gonna be a close fight, man. I really do. I mean, Barcelos is 38, Ricky's 33, but I know Ricky got a knockout over Basharat, but I don't think he's looked good as of late. I know he fought some good guys, but even against Smootherman, it's a really easy matchup for him. Smootherman, we know takedown defense is not really good, get up is not really good. He's a smaller dude. He doesn't have the experience at this level. I thought Ricky would win easily, and he had some sketchy moments in round 3. And I think one thing with Ricky Narco, and I'm curious to know what you're gonna say about it, I feel like his cardio got worse over the last 2-3 years. He used to be a cardio machine, this guy. And I've seen him slow down. Remember in round 3 against Batista, I know it was high pace, but he was the one slowing down a bit. In round 3 against Smootherman, he slowed down a little bit. So
You forgot the main one where he slowed down. The
Oliveira
Vinicius
one.
Oliveira.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
God.
actually, I think in this fight, I think he was injured. I don't know if you remember, but he had something with like his knee or something.
Yeah.
I feel like he was compromised going into the fight. But yeah, that's just me thinking
Well,
that.
Oliveira got hurt in that fight. Don't you remember when he kicked Oliveira fucked up his foot?
With the calf kick, right?
Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah. I remember. Yeah. So there's one thing I've noticed with Ricky, and we know he has chin issues, right? He's been hurt multiple times. So one of his main weapon was the cardio. I don't think it's as good anymore. I'm not saying it's bad, but I don't think it's as good. And his chin is not getting any better from now, right? And now we have Barcelos, who his chin is not looking good recently. He's been hurt multiple times, right? But man, I mean that Talbot performance, I think it's gonna age really well. I'm way more high on Talbot than a lot of people are. I think this guy is really good, honestly. And the way he looked in that fight, not only the wrestling and the grappling, but the striking, the fact that he hit him with some massive shots. And we know Talbot, he has an iron chin. Some of these fights, he kind of buzz him a little bit. If he hit Ricky with some of those shots, he can wobble him. I'm not saying he's going to knock him out. I don't think that's what's going to happen. But I think on the feet, they can both have big moments. And you know what? A big weapon in this fight, I can't guarantee he's going to use it because he doesn't use them all the time, but it's the calf kick from Barcelos. If he used the calf kick here, I think he's going to win easily on the feet because Ricky doesn't check them. He doesn't deal well with them. And I think Barcelos is pretty nasty with it. I think that can make a big difference in the fight, especially because if Ricky legs are fucked early, that's gonna affect his wrestling ability. Now, I do think Ricky can take him down, but I don't think he's gonna have an easy time controlling him. I think Barcelos is the better BJJ player. So yeah, I know he's 38, but I still think it's a close fight. I know people think that maybe Ricky is gonna hurt him and knock him out. I don't really see it, honestly. Who has he really? He's not really knocking out a lot of guys. I know you got Javid and Asan Saos back in the day, but I don't think him knocking him out is super likely. I think it goes. But I think Barcelos is going to throw more volume. I think that in grappling situation, he can do better. And I think that he can defend most of the takedowns or get back up if taking down and use those calf kicks and just land more volume. So I'm going to go with Barcelos' decision here. I think that's what's going to happen in the fight. And, the price is not bad. If you look at it, I'm going to say on Bet Rivers, but it's plus 285. I think it's pretty decent. I think that's how he wins, honestly. On the Ricky Simon side, I'm gonna give one on his side. The KO prop, I think that's how he probably win and not win, but I think that's how he could cover his price tag and finish the fight. It's like plus 400, plus 450. I don't think it's bad. But I don't agree with like Ricky Simon decision. It's like plus 120, and Barcelos decision is plus 285. Like if it go to distance, it's gonna be very close. But I think Barcelos is gonna do a bit more. What do you think about this one?
So you basically broke it down for me, except you didn't give my play. I was very close to betting Barcelos, honestly, in this fight. After taping it, I'm like, man, I think this is a close fight. I think Hani could actually be the better striker of the two, believe it or not, because I don't really like Ricky's striking, man.
I agree.
Everything is overhands, everything is loopy. He's just not a very good striker. He doesn't have variety like Hani Barcelos. Barcelos will sneak in knees, he'll sneak in calf kicks, he's way more variety on the feet. And then you talked about the grappling, and I mean, I do think Ricky Simon can get takedowns for sure in this fight. The one thing I will say is Hani Barcelos' wrestling is way underrated, man. He's got really, really good wrestling, this guy. And
bro, Narco, some of these transition against Talbot, some of the takedowns he got were super slick.
Well, did you know that Hani Barcelos originally, like, his background is wrestling? He was like a 3-time Brazilian champion.
I know he had a background in wrestling, and he's
like a really, really good wrestler. I mean, his wrestling is good. It's just he doesn't use it a lot, right? I think the reason I will say this, I think the reason he doesn't use his wrestling as much is because I think it gasses him out. Honestly, I think he gets tired when he does a lot of wrestling. So, at this age now, 38, he's not going to turn to it, right? Would it shock me if he, in a transition, he got on top of Simone? Not at all, honestly. I wouldn't be shocked. I think he's a good wrestler, and he's a really, really good grappler. Like his jiu-jitsu game is really, really good. So I wouldn't be shocked there. And he's kind of looked like almost the best of his whole career lately, which is crazy to say. I know Garbrandt is kind of washed, and it was a kind of a close fight, but Garbrandt can still crack. He hit Hani with big shots. He wobbled him at one point in that fight, but Hani, that's what I mean by variety. Not only did he hurt Garbrandt to the head, but he hurt him to the body in that fight. He digs to the body as well. So I don't think there's going to be a finish here, to be honest. I think the fight probably goes, and that's why your decision is like how I was thinking. But split decision is 5-1, bro. I don't know. That does not make sense to me. This fight is going to go to distance a good amount of times. And every time it goes, it's going to be so close, in my opinion. No one's going to be dominating the fight. I don't think like Hani's going to just absolutely dominate Ricky Simon or vice versa. So 5-1 on split for me. I just looked at it. I'm like, man, that's a big number for a split on this type of fight, because when you look at it at the end of the day, fight to go to distance is minus 200. So they're telling you it's going there about, 70% of the time it's going to get the decision. You're telling me that 20 or even less than 20% of the time it's going to be split of those 70. I think it's going to be a lot more than that, So plus 500 to me is just a big number. That's how I'm going here. Split decision. I don't know. What is Barcelos by split? Is it big? I don't think it was big, because I remember looking at it.
I can tell you the price on Bet Online. I have it right.
It's 11-1. 11-1 is the best price on Bet Online.
Yeah, I have it right there. It's good.
Yeah, I don't think that's bad. I think that's how he wins, honestly. I don't think he wins like an easy decision. He could win a decision without being split. Don't get me wrong. But I think it's just kind of close in general.
And even then, they have the spread for Barcelos minus 165. So they're confident you win at least a round. So they just tell you it's going to be close. So yeah, I agree with that. I think it's a good look.
All right. Anybody else here? Let's see what they're saying. His dad is a coral bell.
Yeah.
Isn't he he's a Brazilian national wrestling champion. That's what I said. Yeah, I think 2 or 3 times even, not once. So
on his Instagram, and he's been grinding. He's been looking good this last couple months.
Yeah, didn't you see this?
I don't know what he's eating.
Acai. It's acai. Yeah. You know what acai is? That's what he's eating. He's eating acai. All right, let's move on. This is the next fight in the featherweight division. It is the 21-8 Jamal Emmers versus the 11-1 hider Amil. I will kick this one off. Man, this is a good fight, man. It really is. Skill for skill, the fight is not close. Like if you told me, hey, just pick the skills and who do you think wins? It's Jamal Emmers by a landslide. He's a better striker. He's a better wrestler. He's better jiu-jitsu. He's better everything, to be honest, right? But then you go and we look at intangibles, and those are part of the, fight things that are important in fights, cardio, durability, toughness, grit. And I kind of lean all of those to Hyder Emil. Maybe cardio is close, but I do lean to Emil. Even though he looks tired, the guy can push through like hell, and, last fight he came in, he got knocked out. I don't know if you knew this. It was on his interview. It was on his Instagram as well. I didn't even know it was there, but he got into a bad car accident 3 weeks before that fight. And he had his dad, his grandpa, and a dog die. His dog all died before that fight, which is insane. All these things happened right before the fight. And he's like, dude, my mind was just not there in the fight. Like I got caught and I wasn't there to fight. It was a lot of shit happening in his life. So, I mean, when all those things happen, I kind of, side with, yeah, you know what? There was a lot of shit going on. Does it matter? Does it matter? Like, would he not have been knocked out? I'm not saying that. I'm saying that his preparation probably wasn't the same. He did say that 3 weeks before the fight, he got into that bad car accident. He did not do anything of wrestling or grappling or jiu-jitsu at all. He couldn't. So he did say that. With that being said, Hyder Emil is just all gas, no brakes. And Jamal Emmers is, a little bit different. He's more technical. He wants to be on the outside. The problem I have with Emmers is his fight IQ is not great. It's really not great. The other thing I was surprised to see, Dravi, when I was doing the stats and everything, I was just not paying. I didn't know Jamal Emmers is older than Hyder Emil. I'm like, what? He's 36. Holy shit. I did not know this guy is 36 years old. He's in good condition for this fight. Looks good. He's going to have a reach advantage, a little bit of a height advantage, lot more experience, lot more UFC experience, which matters, at the end of the day. The thing that this boils down to me at the end of the day is how does Jamal Emmers deal with the pressure and pace? Because we've seen this guy with pace and pressure break. He broke against Nate Landwehr, literally broke. I mean, he looked tired in round 1 before he got knocked out, which is the only thing that you can attribute that to is the pace, the pressure, he hurt Landwehr in that fight, but then the pace, the pressure got to him, right? And it seemed like he broke. But I will say it's like Hyder Emil is there to be cracked, like in every fight. He gets hit flush. He got hit with a spinning back fist and a flush fucking knee by what's that French guy? I'm drawing a blank.
William Gomes.
Flush, dude. Flush spinning back fist and knee back to back in round 1, and he just ate it and kept coming forward. I'm like, what the hell is this guy made of, man? But he broke last fight, and it could, when the chin breaks, it could continue to break. We've seen that before. I don't think it breaks here, honestly. I think he's gonna put the pressure on Emmers. The question is gonna be, will Emmers break or will he, not break? I tend to lean. I don't think Emil is like some big puncher, honestly. I don't think he's a big puncher. I don't think he can, one punch knockout type of guy. It's just like break you with pressure. That's it. And I think with Emmers' experience, Emmers' grappling ability, I think with the pressure, he could probably land the takedown if he's pressuring too much. I think this fight, honestly, sneakily goes to decision, believe it or not. Emmers by decision is 7-1. 7-1. Emmers by decision. Emmers by split is 16-1. I think this fight has very good potential to go to distance, honest to God, because Emil is not a huge puncher, and I think Emmers being a vet, like he could stick and move, you know. Obviously, he's gonna be pressured no matter what, right? With Amil. The other thing I will say, very important note here, last note for me, and you can have it. Hyder Amil said in his interview that he's gonna fight a lot smarter than he's previously fought. He's gonna not do his little same game plan of going crazy. That's what he said. He said, I'm gonna fight smarter. I don't need to, you know, go crazy. I got caught last time doing that, blah, blah, blah. So it might have changed his mind because remember, it's the first time he's been knocked out. He might be like, damn, I need to change up which is, I will say, it's a terrible idea in this fight. If he does that, he's going to get picked apart. So, yeah, I'm going Emmers' decision, man. 700. Even if the fight by split, just the fight to end by split is 8-1. So, I mean, people seem to think this fight ends for sure. I don't know about that, man. I really don't. So that's how I'm looking at it. What do you have here, Dravi?
Yeah, we're gonna disagree a bit on this one. I do think someone is probably going down, and I know Amil said that, but honestly, when fighters say things like that, I'm not gonna believe them to change their style until I see it. And even if he tried to do that, let's say he tried to do that early on and it's not working, after 5-6 minutes, he's going to go back to his old self and go try to kill him. Like, that's just what he does. So I don't think he's going to change everything. Maybe, you know what, maybe he try to grapple more. Maybe that could be something that he try to do here. But on the feet, the thing I'll say about Emmers as well, he's been way more aggressive in his last 2 fights compared 2-3 fights compared to what he normally does. You know, a couple of his fights finish in round 1 now. Normally, he used to go the distance a lot. So he's kind of going for the kill more. And I think that affects his cardio when he put more into his punches. This is. And the small cage is a big thing for me in this fight, honestly, Narco. I think for Amil, it's a big, big advantage because, like you said, Emmers is more skills. He's the better striker, especially at distance. But in the smaller cage with the pressure that Amil is going to put on him, I think as the fight goes, I respect Emmers enough to not get finished in round 1 by Amil. At the end of the day, Amil has a lot of round 2 finishes. I think round 1, he might lose the first round. He might even get hurt a little bit, Amil. But as the fight goes, the pressure is going to add up. I don't think Emmers is going to be able to handle that. He's 36 now. He's been KO'd recently by Nate Landwehr. And like you said, he's got broken in that fight. And he got broken in about 5 minutes or so, a little bit less than 5 minutes. I think with Amil, I don't think he's going to be able to not get broken in 15 minutes in the small cage. I really don't. So for me here, it's Amil round 2 and Amil round 3. I got better price early in the week, but I'm going to give you now it's plus 600 and plus 900. I think it come in round 2 because what I've noticed with Amil is in round 3, he's a bit more tired. He's still pushing through it, right? He's not going to gas out, but you can see he's slowing down. And his power is not there. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And you look, he has, I think, 1 round 1 KOs and all of the other ones are round 2. So I do think with the skill difference early, Emmers going to style on him a little bit. But in round 2, I think Amil's going to start to put it on him. And I think he's going to break him in round 2. So round 2, 3.
Do you think Emmers can take him down? I mean, Emmers is a better wrestler, in my opinion.
Honestly, I don't think so. But you know what? I think if Emmers engage in the wrestling, I think that there could be some weird situation in the wrestling if he gets tired.
But do you remember the Dana White's Contender Series? Like that dude with Son,
that was bad. Yeah. That was
taking him down. He took him down a bunch, man.
I know.
Like Emmers is a really, really good wrestler if he wants to wrestle.
Yeah. So I think he's the better wrestler.
He didn't try. Why wouldn't he try to break the pressure? You know, the way Hyder comes forward, like just walking you down like a zombie, it gives you opportunity. Like Gomes didn't do it. I don't know why. He just never even did. But like, why wouldn't you try to duck under? All this guy is throwing is like a million punches. You know,
the thing I'll say though is I don't think Emmers is gonna have an easy time holding him down. And if you try to wrestle too much because he's not comfortable on the feet, he's gonna slow down, man. He's really gonna slow down, I think. Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna lead to round 2 and 3 finish. But yeah, I mean, I could see that. I agree. He's stronger and he's the better wrestler and he's the better athlete. That's for sure. But like you said, if we talk that dog in him, that pressure, that's pace,
the problem, bro. He doesn't have any dog in him. I hope he has dog in him tomorrow somehow, some way.
I hope
yeah,
not.
I mean, you know what's funny is everybody that I've seen is on Emmers. Everybody's. I don't think there's a single human on Hyder and Meal.
Honestly, I don't like the money line for Emil, but I like the props. Like I think the 2-3 angle, that's probably how you
Yeah.
break and cover it.
I
Right.
I originally look in my pad. I originally wrote 2-3 right there, the scratched one. I wrote 2-3 and I scratched it out because after I thought about it a little bit more, I'm like, you know what? Maybe Emmers just breaks pressure with wrestling, you know, and
That could be a pat. I agree.
that's how I thought of it, you know. So there's my guy, half the battle, Dan. Smash the like button for my brother Narco and my brother Javi. Appreciate you, Dan. One of the best to do it, one of the OGs, Half the Battle podcast. Go to that and subscribe to his podcast. All right, let's move on. Next fight, middleweight division. It is the 14-1 Marco Tulio versus the 12-2 Christian Leroy Duncan. Another good fight, Javi. This one's yours.
This is a banger, man. You know what? I wanted to bet the over or the GTD in this fight, Narco. We even talked about this one a bit. And I could not click it just because there's going to be so much, sweaty moments that someone almost get knocked out. I don't want to do it. I pick him. I think it goes, honestly. I think CLD is crazy durable. RoboCop hit him with some bombs, man. I think RoboCop hit harder than Tulio. I think he's a better wrestler than Tulio, a better grappler than Tulio. But I think Tulio chin is better than RoboCop, maybe. But it's kind of hard even then because Tulio, he got hurt against Gore. He got knocked out on the regional before. So I'm not saying he's chinny or anything like that. But the thing is he has no defense whatsoever. The way he pressure is very reckless. That's the problem with him. And if you're really reckless, CLD has history of using that against you to land his crazy shit. Like those spinning elbows and stuff like that. He has really good timing with them. And if you're reckless and you pressure a lot, if you pressure too much and you walk into a spinning elbow, you might get knocked out no matter how good you are. And the way I look at this is like, I think Tulio can maybe try to clinch, and I'm curious to know what you're going to say about that. I'm not sure he's better in the clinch than CLD because CLD is really good in the clinch, man. But I think Tulio might try to clinch, grapple a bit, but I don't really rate his wrestling all that much, man. So I think it's going to play out on the feet for the most part. And I just hate CLD sometimes because he's very good. He's so athletic, but it looked like he has bad fight IQ. Like when he let his kicks go and stuff like that, he's really good. Sometimes he just do too many flashy stuffs, too many spinning, and Tulio's going to pressure him. He's going to bring it to him, man. He's going to try to break him. He's going to try to knock him out. And I've noticed CLD, when he get pressure against the fence, he doesn't like that. And Tulio's going to do that. So, honestly, I think Tulio's the rightful favorite just because he has more paths to victory. He's going to be pressuring. He's going to do more. I think he win the decision. But, man, I wouldn't be surprised if CLD... I wouldn't be surprised if CLD knock him out with like a big elbow or a big kick. He can do it. I think he can do it. So I will go with CLD by knockout in this one. I think if he can, I think it's that way. I know Tulio can maybe break him, but I really trust CLD durability. Never been finished as a pro, and he has a ton of amateur. If you look, all of those losses are by decision, and most of them it's because he's getting taken down. I don't think he's gonna be taking down too much in this fight, and I think the KO is gonna be live. It's plus 350. CLD by knockout. That's what I'm gonna go with. I think that's gonna be live, and I think like every round there's gonna be like a big moment. You're gonna be like, oh shit, So that's why I couldn't play the over, but I still think the over is decent. But I don't want to play that pick 'em.
Yeah, man. I mean, I want to know which CLD shows up. That's the thing. Last CLD was pretty damn aggressive against Eric Anders. He was aggressive, came out, he was hunting for the finish. You could see it, and he got it right away. The Puliev one, it was not so aggressive. I don't know what was going on, but he decided to wait, even though he won the fight easily, fine. But he decided to wait at the end of round 3 to like turn it up, and he almost finished the guy at the end of the fight. He hurt him bad. the thing is, he's always waiting to land like perfect strikes, perfect explosions, jumping knees, spinning elbows. The funny thing is, this is a very funny thing. We should get an over-under on how many spinning stuff both of these guys do. Because Tulio does a ton of spinning shit, dude. Spinning kick to the body, spinning elbow, spinning this. He does a shit ton of them. So both of these guys are going to be spinning like tops tomorrow. It depends which one hits first. So honestly, I feel like from a money line perspective, I think it's dog or pass here for me. 158 on Christian Leroy Duncan. It's just the thing is, he's a lot more proven to me, man. Like, I get it. He doesn't have like incredible wins, right? He lost to Petrosian. He lost to Gregory Rodriguez. Fine. But you have to look at like, when we talk about more proven, like look at the guys this guy fought in the amateur scene and has wins over, he's got really good wins on the amateur scene. He's got a long, extensive amateur background. And then when you look at Tulio, we're talking about who has Christian Leroy beat or fought, or I mean, who has Tulio beat and fought? It's like Trayshawn Gorn, Ihor Pretoria. That's his wins. Like, so I know he beat our boy Yusri. Shout out to him. But Yusri was sick in that fight. He was sick like a dog. He even said it. He had that meningitis or whatever. He went into the fight fighting. He could not fight, I want to see him matched up now and see what Tulio does against Yusri. I think Yusri destroys him, to be honest, if they fight again.
That's our boy, Narco.
Oh, I love Yusri. Yeah. He made us a lot of money that day. But my thing is like Christian Leroy Duncan is a lot more defensively sound. He's a lot more technical. When you look at the technical aspect of striking, he's a lot more technical. He's a lot more athletic. He's faster. He's longer. He's bigger. Look at that reach. It's a 5-inch reach. It's a 2-inch height advantage. Obviously it's in the apex. It's going to help Tulio a little bit. But being as aggressive as Tulio is against good strikers, good technical strikers like Duncan, you're going to pay for it. I don't know if he's going to pay for it here, but he's going to pay for it eventually for being that aggressive and that wild, getting hit. I mean, Trayshawn Gore rocked the guy twice. He rocked him in that fight. I like Duncan by KO, honestly, at plus 390. I think he's going to, at minimum, I think he's going to hurt him in this fight, at minimum, if not put him out. Because the time that Tulio was knocked out, he was knocked out, cold out. So I wouldn't be surprised if Duncan caught him coming in, even with like a slashing step and elbow or something. Duncan is nasty with elbows, dude. Nasty with elbows. That's the other thing. In the clinch, I think both guys are good in the clinch. Don't get me wrong. I think Tulio is kind of nasty there too. He throws nice knees, elbows, but Duncan is way nastier in the clinch with his strikes. He's hurting guys. He's slicing guys open. So for me, it's plus 390 on the KO. I was this close betting just Duncan money line plus 150 or 158. But I just don't trust the guy. If I had any trust in this guy, and if I saw consistency in his last like 3-4 fights, I would have bet him here for sure. But there's no consistency. There's, striking for 1 minute and then doing nothing for a minute and a half, spinning, doing stupid stuff. I can't bet a guy. He's not like plus 300. If he was plus 300, I would click it. I'm like, fuck the fight IQ. If he fights like an idiot, he fights like an idiot. But it's 158. I can't click it with bad fight IQ. So let's move on. Next fight. It is in the lightweight division. It is the 16-6 Chris Taco Padilla versus the 20-5 Ishmael Bonfim. I will kick this one off. Current price. Wow. Is this right?
Yeah, he got steam, bro. It's like,
wow. He's plus 101, minus 121 is a comeback on Bonfim. Everybody is betting Padilla. I bet him earlier in the week at plus 175, I think I got. Yeah, I got 175. I was happy with that. I also bet him by decision at plus 600. That got nuked down to 500. I still like that, honestly. I like Chris Padilla by decision still. I know I know there's some things being said like a shoulder injury, this, that. I think it's bullshit. I don't think it's true. I think it's just a bad weight cut from this guy. He botched a weight cut. He's 160. The one thing I'm going to say, UFC needs to take points from these guys. They can't just go into these fights 25% of their purse and not take points from them. I asked a UFC fighter, I didn't know this. I asked a UFC fighter, I said, hey, when you miss weight, I know they take a percentage of your purse, but do you get a win bonus? Like, if you win, do you get your win money? He said, yes. I said, wait, you miss weight and you get your win bonus when you win? I go, that's bullshit, dude. That's fucking bullshit. Like, that gives them every incentive to miss weight, not kill themselves. Fuck it. Take my 20%. Meanwhile, I'll get 100% of the win bonus, which is matched with your salary. So if your fight to show is 30,000, right? And they take 25% of 30,000, well, if you win, you get another fucking 30,000 from the win. It's bullshit. So anyways, Chris Padilla here, you know, he's going to have a reach advantage of 3 inches. He's 1 inch taller. I'm surprised he's only 30 years old. I was pretty shocked. He looks a lot older than 30. The one thing that surprised me about Chris Padilla, when I looked deeper into his tape, I'm talking about way deeper, like all the way back. He lost in 2016 to a guy named Jason Gonzalez by knockout. And that dude, he's 11-5 now, whatever. He's a big size advantage, right? When he fought him, he was 21 years old, bro. 21 years old. He fought this man. That guy was a man, literally. He dropped him in that fight. He hurt him bad in that fight. Almost finished him. And then got caught in the second round, and he got finished, you know. One thing I've noticed throughout, like, Chris Padilla's tape, his chin is so fucking good, man. He's got an iron chin, dude. I'm telling you, this man has I mean, listen, Rong Zhu hits very, very hard. Rong Zhu landed some very big shots on Chris Padilla. Never once buzzed him. Didn't even buzz him. You know, Jai Herbert can crack too. You know, Jai Herbert landed good shots on him. Never really buzzed him. I went back and watched that fight, and I had a bet on Herbert, and I thought I got robbed. After watching it back, I don't think I got robbed, honestly. I think it was a very, very close fight. It could have went either way. It was 1-1. Or, I'm sorry. It was, in my opinion, it was either 2-0 Chris Padilla or 1-1. Round 3 was Jai Herbert, for sure. But round 1 was clear Padilla, in my opinion, because Herbert didn't do anything. And then round 2, it was super close, man. It's just like a 50, like anybody could have won that fight, you know? The thing I like with Chris Padilla, man, is the way he moves, man. Switching stances, kicking, mixing in wrestling. He's so unpredictable. Stepping elbows, very good in the clinch. It's just like he's a very cerebral fighter, man. He does, and he says it. He says it. You listen to this guy's interviews. He says, I'm always thinking in the ring. I'm always thinking one step ahead of my opponents all the time. What's he going to do now? When they're doing something over and over again is when I catch them with the elbow, he says. You know, I know they're going to step in with the same combo. I'm going to now. And dude, it's not a joke that this guy hits including the regionals, he hits everybody with those elbows, those stepping out. He's so good with them. So Bonfim is probably going to get caught because he's so wild. Honestly, he's very, very, very wild. And everything he swings is big overhands, you know, looping shots. He's a boxer by trade. I do think he has good body shots. I do think, by the way, if he hurts Chris Padilla, it's to the body. I don't think it's, by the way, the Gonzalez KO was a knee to the body. I totally forgot to say that. It wasn't like a shot to his head. He kneed Chris Padilla to the body and dropped him. And that's how he finished him. He's never really been finished by knockout, like on his chin, you know. Bonfim hits hard, don't get me wrong. I don't think he's gonna knock out Padilla at all. I think if Padilla wins, it's a decision, in my opinion. I don't think he hits very hard as well. I think Bonfim's chin is actually pretty damn good. I don't think it's bad. I'll go with Padilla decision plus 500. Padilla by split 14-1. Dravi, what do you got?
Yeah, you broke it down pretty well, Narco. We have a similar breakdown about this one. So yeah, the elbow you talk about, I think it's a big weapon of his. And what I've noticed with Bonfim, and I know everybody's sucking this guy's striking all week and saying how good his boxing is, but in the pocket, when you decide to like throw power shot, he's super wide in the pocket, bro. He's very there to be counter. And Padilla, like you said, he's a guy that vocal about watching a lot of tapes, being very smart in the cage. He's gonna be there for those opening when Bonfim trying to swing in the pocket. And if you're really open in the pocket with your boxing and you don't have good defense while there, what's better than a big elbow right on your face? And you know what can do when you get hit with a big elbow? Yes, you can be hurt, but you can be cut, right? What happened when this guy Bonfim get cut, right? Against fucking Nazim Salikhov. I know it was a beautiful kick. I know it was he didn't look good. He looked good prior to the cut, but Narco, the cut was under his eye. There's no way he could not see. And it did affect him. And then when you go back to the corner, this guy wanted to be out of there. He didn't want to fight again. He wanted to, he quit. He literally quit in that fight. And even go back to the BSD fight. I know he broke his arm. BSD broke his arm with the kicks, but he didn't defend the rear naked choke well. And he's been submitted multiple times. I know it was against good grapplers. Some of them were back in the day. A lot of them are rear naked choke. I think he has an issue with the submission defense in that position. And Padilla is not the best wrestler, but if he get to the back, he's good in that position. So that's one thing. And then Padilla is just, he's going to use a lot of movements and he's going to find his shots. And I agree with you, by the way. I had Padilla against Jai Herbert. Everybody was saying robbery. I was like, yeah, I'm going to watch it back. And, watching it back, I thought he won the first two and lost the third. And you know what, Narco? He did get cut bad with a big knee from Jai in round 3. What happened after that when he get cut bad right there and the blood start to go in his eyes? And Jai is like, I got this guy hurt. I'm going to go for it. Bing! He got him with that elbow right away and you wobble him. So like, sup, Liam. So he's going to be there for you when you're not ready. And he's going to be more ready than you to find his shot. So yeah, I think Bonfim can outstrike him. I think Bonfim can win minutes in this fight. But I think the big moments will come from Padilla. I think if there's grappling upside, it will come from Padilla. And I think if anyone is finishing this fight, I think Padilla is the more durable guy, the tougher guy when things get tough. And there's a reason Bonfim's been finished in every losses of his. And all of them are in round 1. So, like, if things are not going his way, this guy's going to find the door. And Padilla is the type of guy that if you want to take the door, he will make you take that door. You know what I mean? So I do think Padilla is really live to finish him in this fight, especially by knockout. I know Bonfim only's been finished one time by knockout, and it was last time, and it was not really knockout. It was a doctor stoppage. But because of those elbows, and because I'm very, you know who's really durable and doesn't get knocked out? Rongzhu, elite chin, right? When Rongzhu got hit with that elbow, he closed his eyes. If this guy's Bonfim highs start to close, or he has a big cut because of that elbow, I think the fight's going to be over shortly after. So I'll go with Padilla by knockout. It's plus 540. I don't agree with that line. I think it should be shorter than that. So yeah, I'm going to go with that. I think he win. I play him at plus 200. Now the line crashed because of the weight miss. And I also agree with you. I don't think he's injured or anything like that. But he looked awful on the scales. Like, you need someone to help him walk back. So the weight cut was not great. He weighed 5 pounds over. It's not the first time this guy does that. So he already quit on the scale. I think he's going to quit in the cage tomorrow night.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm not going to hate it if he quits because I have the Chris Padilla plus 175. I'm hoping he doesn't. I do kind of disagree with the everybody saying he's a quitter and stuff like that. I think there was a miscommunication with the doctor. Like, when he went over, what happened is, if you read the story about it, they have a article on it. When he went over to his corner after the end of, his corner asked him, are you okay? He's like, I can't see out of my eye. Right. there was a translator behind him that translates from English, from Portuguese to English, that heard him. So when the doctor came in, the doctor asked him, hey, can you see, with the translator, because the translator's asking him. And he's like, yeah, I could see. I'm fine. Well, at the same time, the doctor's like, okay, the translator tells the doctor, hey, just so you know, he's telling you he can see, but when he came to his corner, he told his corner he cannot see. So the doctor immediately stopped it, dude. That's how the stoppage happened, just so you know. Maybe there's an article on it. So, it could be where he quit possibly a little bit, but could he see? Could he not see? I don't know. I mean, obviously he had a cut on his eye underneath. But like, you don't want to get caught with Padilla's elbows. Like he like hits you with the fucking point. It's not hitting you. He's hitting you with this thing, and it's slicing you off. I mean, you saw what he did to Jai Herbert in round 3. He absolutely wobbled his ass with that step and elbow. So, it's going to be a good fight. I don't think Bonfim's like some bum or anything. The problem for Bonfim here is like, it's going to be striking. And to me, the more technical or the guy that with way more weapons is Chris Padilla. He's got elbows. The other thing I forgot to mention, watch the Pichel fight. Look at how many calf kicks Bonfim ate, dude. And Padilla, when he wants to throw calf kicks, he's really, really good with them. Look at Rongzhu. Rongzhu was chewing up Padilla's leg first, right?
Yeah.
What did Padilla do back to him? He started destroying Rongzhu's leg, He's the one started hurting. So, like, I think that's a very good weapon here, because Ismail Bonfim uses his feet a lot, like to explode into his shots. I think it would be a good idea of Chris Padilla to throw and kick that calf, destroy that calf, make this guy one-legged fighter, So, all right, let's move on. Next fight of the night. It is in the welterweight division. It is the 11-3 Uros Medic versus the 22-5 Muslim Salikhov. Current price, we are looking at minus 145 Uros Medic, and the comeback on Salikhov is plus 125. Dravi, this one's is this one yours? Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll keep this simple. I think there's a high possibility that one of these guys is going to go down early in round 1 because of the way they fight. Very big power, chin issues. Salikhov's getting older. But man, Medic is very chinny, man. He really is. He get dropped a lot. Why are you getting dropped by Urbina? I don't really understand it. And Salikhov is really fast, and he has nasty counters, and he has that spinning wall kick. Knocking out Carlos Leal, super impressive to me. That guy is super durable. He has an iron chin. And Medic is kind of reckless when he goes for the kill. So I think Salikhov is live to knock him out, even at 41 years old. He's looked good recently since he's been at Neil Magny camp with these guys at altitude. I'm sure you're going to talk about that. But yeah, if it does not go, if there's not a finish in 6-7 minutes, I think the fight could go the distance. But I'll go with Salikhov round 1 knockout. I think he's going to do it again. Plus 410 on Bet Rivers.
Yeah. I mean, this is a fight where I have a bet on Salikhov, plus 140. Line is come down a little bit. When I look at striker versus striker, and it's Uros Medic against a very good striker, technically speaking, in Muslim Salikhov, like there's no reason Medic should be minus 145, 150. The only reason it is the 41-year-old age, right? But like we just saw Salikhov like put out one of the best guys with the chin, and he's on a 3-fight winning streak, So it's like, yeah, he's older, sure, but he hasn't lost his speed in his strikes. He hasn't lost the power in his strikes. So why are we all of a sudden playing Medic at this? Why is he a favorite in this fight? I don't understand why he should not be the favorite in this fight, in my opinion. One of these guys has 2 times the amount of fights, right? One of these guys has way, way more UFC experience. One of these guys has faced a better level of opposition in the UFC. It's like it's all Salikhov, yet he's the dog in this fight. I don't get it. I really don't. The other thing with Salikhov is what I will say is, Like he's over there at pound for pound in Denver, you know, high altitude with all those guys. And, you know, one thing I can tell you guys from his camp and that gym that he trains there is like, he's told all those guys, I've never trained like this my entire career. I've never trained, you know, this hard, this in high altitude and stuff like that. He basically says and if you look at his body composition, the amount of muscle he's put on, he looks a lot better than he 5 years ago, 6 years ago, you know? So his camp in Colorado has really, really helped him with his body, his striking overall. You know, that's all they do out there is strike at pound for pound. So it's not like Medic can grapple him or anything. If anything, Salikhov could probably take him down, but he probably won't. So for me, though, it's like historically, right? Yeah, Salikhov does have knockouts. A lot of them have been like spinning back kick, right? Just the last one was a right hook, and it was kind of like a perfect punch that landed flush on Leal's chin, and he didn't even see it. But look at Santiago Ponzinibbio decision, you know, Dalby decision, Trinaldo decision, Zaleski decision, Staropoli decision. You know, he's been to a lot of decisions. And last time I bet him live against, I forgot who it was at plus 2,000. Now they're giving me plus 950 on Salikhov's decision. And I'm going to go right back to the well with that price. Could he knock out Medic? Sure. But I'm going to play this plus 950. That's absolutely insane of a price to give me. When the guy is 5-1 to the decision. Meanwhile, you know, Medic has not even been there. The one time he was very, very close against Semmelsberger was 1-1. But plus 950 Salikhov decision is insane. It's literally bonkers to have that type of price here. So, yeah, I like that price there. Salikhov decision is way too big. So let's move on. Next fight of the night. It is in the flyweight division. It is the 13-2 Joseph Morales versus the 17-9 Matt Schnell. I will kick this one off. I like Morales here quite a bit. Like I think Schnell is on the tail end of his career. I mean, 35 years old at flyweight, been finished in every single one of his losses outside of one. You know, eight finishes, 5 knocked out, 3 submitted. Joseph Morales, on the other hand, you know, coming in here, 13-2. The guy has been finished one time by knockout against Davison Figueiredo in his first stint in the UFC. But man, he's come back with vengeance, man. And let me tell you, these wins, these last 3 wins, I know people are not going to know the names, but Chapolin is a great fighter, man. He's a really good fighter. Finishes him. Imanol Rodriguez, I'm telling you guys right now, that guy's going to be a star in the UFC. I promise you. He's going to be a star at 125. Whether he's going to be a champion, I don't know. Top 15, I can almost guarantee you this kid is going to be top 15. And, you know, I watched back the fight. I thought Joseph Morales won the fight. I know a lot of people said bullshit. I thought Joseph Morales won 1 and 2 pretty clearly to me. He won 1, obviously. It was a back take the entire round. Imanol won round 3 with his back take. But round 2, man, Morales landed a lot of really good shots on Imanol in that round 2, man. Go back and watch it close. Like, he landed some big shots on Imanol. And those same big shots are going to land here against Schnell. And he's going to go night-night. Even though this guy has only 2 knockouts, he hits pretty fucking hard. I'm telling you. And it's improved. One thing that is improved in his game, leaps and bounds, is his striking. His striking is so much better than in his first stint in the UFC. In his first stint in his UFC, his striking was not good, man. But he's improved a ton. He's been at Team Alpha Male forever. He's their lead jiu-jitsu guy. You know, he's a really good jiu-jitsu player. But I think he's going to knock out Schnell either on the feet or ground. Even his ground and pound is nasty, dude. Nasty ground and pound. So I'm going to go with KO at plus 440. It's plain and simple. I'm not going to get cute. No rounds, no this, no that. It could be submission. Don't get me wrong. but I like KO. I think it's KO. Schnell is very, very chinny. Everybody knows that. And we're going to test the chin again. Joseph Morales by knockout, plus 440.
Hey, let's go, Narco. You cooked that one. I have the same one. Morales by knockout. It could be a submission, like you said. Like, gun to my head, I kind of lean submission, but it's like plus 160 submission, plus 440 knockout. It's a big difference, man. And at the end of the day, like you said, Morales has striking got a lot better. And he heard that guy in his last fight, right? Who's a good fighter. You've mentioned his last 3 wins, elite wins at flyweight. All these guys are top 15 flyweights, in my opinion. And Rodriguez, I have him in my top 5 list for the best prospect of the entire season that we just had. So I think he's really good. You know what he is? He's really, really powerful and dangerous. And yeah, I scored it for Morales as well, by the way, but it was very, very close. So I understand both arguments. Yeah, so I mean, Machinero retired already, right? He came back. He had a war against Jimmy Flick. Jimmy Flick taking him down 5 times, Narco. I mean, Jimmy Flick's a BJJ guy. He's not a good wrestler. Morales, way better wrestler here. I think he can get takedowns. And on the feet, Machinero, honestly, his striking is good, but the problem is he get hit all the times, and he can't help himself, and he goes into war. Problem with that is his chin can go to war. So Morales is going to hit him with some shot, and I think Morales has some good body shot as well. So he's going to go at him. I think he's going to hurt him on the feet. Then maybe you jump on him and you submit him, or you ground and pound TKO him, or you finish him on the feet. I'm not too sure about that, but for the price difference, I'm going to go with a knockout, especially fading Matt Schnell chin at plus 450, plus 440. It's not a bad look, so I'll go with that. Let's get it. I think Joseph Morales, by the way, I think he's going to be a top 10 guy next year. Same time next year.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the wins that he's had lately is crazy. I mean, this talk about a guy that made like a huge difference in his like complete fight game and like come back from a first stint in the UFC and look this damn good. And he's still only 31, you know. He's not young, don't get me wrong, for flyweight. But, you know, he's got a good four years in him here. So
yeah, I think he's in his prime right now.
843 live viewers. Appreciate all of you. Please hit the like. Please subscribe to the channel. Go over to Dravi. Follow his Twitter. I think it's at Dravi with the underscore there. With that being said, also I don't know if I left the link to my Discord below, but it's in my Twitter. If you go to my Twitter handle, it's my Discord, 25 a month. We cooked them today with ACA. We cooked them today with LFA. So it was a good day today. With that being said, let's move on. Main event of the night. It is in the welterweight division. It is a 20-6 Randy Rude Boy Brown versus the 18-1 Gabriel Bonfim. And Dravi, you can kick us off here.
Yeah, I posted Randy Brown this week, plus 165 as my free bet of the week on Twitter. So I like him. The line came down a bit. I agree with that. I think it's a close fight. The way I see it is I don't think Bonfim in a 5 rounds is good at minus 200 against a good fighter. Randy Brown has a ton of experience. He's a tricky guy to deal with. He's very long and he's a good striker, right? There's issues with him. He can be taken down. He can be grappled a bit. His chin sometimes is not the best. But, I mean, honestly, the way I look into this fight is I think round 4 and 5, I'm not saying Brown is a cardio machine, but I think round 4 and 5, you have to favor Brown just because of what we've seen from both guys. Even though I think Bonfim cardio maybe is getting a bit better, but I still don't think it's going to be good for him if the fight goes into late round 3, round 4, and round 5. I think Randy Brown beat Brian Battle, and he should be on a 5-fight winning streak. And I think Bonfim lost to 42 years old Wonder Boy. I had both Randy Brown and I had Wonder Boy in these 2 fights. So at big dog odds. So it's very annoying watching those fights back. But so yeah, Bonfim won round 1 against Wonder Boy. He got hurt at the end of round 2, I think it is. And then he survived round 3, clinch against the fence with pretty much nothing. What I've realized is his wrestling is good and explosive early on, first 6, 7, 8 minutes. And then after that, his explosivity and when he's not as fresh, it's not as good, right? So he's going to try to hold you against the fence and stuff like that. He could maybe do that. Brian Battle did that against Randy Brown, but he also had a big size advantage because he missed weight by a ton. I don't think Bonfim is going to have that here. And also, like, Brown has a big reach advantage over Bonfim. Remember, Bonfim's a guy that loved to use his jab to set up pretty much everything on the feet. I think Brown has the better jab of the two here. The problem is that sometimes he doesn't throw enough. But I think his jab is better than Bonfim. And then with the reach advantage and all the experience that he has, I think he's better while standing. Then his takedown defense is okay, but I think he's going to be taking down early on. But I think at the end of round 2 and round 3 and round 4 and 5, I don't think Bonfim is going to be able to take him down as the fight goes personally. And I don't think Bonfim is going to submit him early either. So if I don't think he submit him early, the fight's going to go later. And at this point, you got to go with Brown. The props, I'll keep it real. I'm not sure how he's going to win. I think he can be KO. I think he can be decision. I'm not too sure about it. So I'm just going to go with the money line at plus 150. I think there's some places still plus 150. So I'll just go with that. Keep it simple, decent size underdog. And I think he win outright. So I'm not going to pick a prop. I'm not too confident in the method.
Yeah. I mean, good breakdown. I have a little bit of a different take, I guess. But what I did here is and I think, honestly, if you're going to play this fight, this is how I would play it personally. The thing is, I think Randy Brown here will get taken down early. Bonfim is going to take him down early. He's very explosive early. He gets everybody down. I don't think Randy's going to stuff the takedowns early. That's how I feel in this fight. So what I did is I told my Discord, I said, listen, let's play half a unit right now on Randy Brown at plus 151, just in case he stuffs a takedown or he hurts him something early, right? But my plan is, let's see how he looks in round 2. Let's see how Gabriel Bonfim looks in round 2. And then we're going to get in on a lot better of a price on Randy Brown than plus 150. Because for me, it's like, I don't see a world where he doesn't get taken down early. Like, Bonfim is just really explosive early. He's going to get you down. And the other part of it is you kind of fade the aspect of Bonfim submitting him early, right? I only took half a unit. If I lose the half unit, I lose it, whatever. I didn't want to go like a unit and a half early, and now he gets taken down, submitted, and I'm like, fuck. Why don't I just wait till live? If you can't bet live, that's a little different. But for me, that I do bet live, that's how I look at this fight, because I do think Bonfim is front loaded here. He's going to get takedowns early. He's dangerous early. Randy Brown, obviously, the one thing I will say that looked bad is he got dropped by Dalby last fight. He got wobbled by Dalby last fight. I did not like seeing that. Maybe it's the age, maybe the fact that he's 35 now, getting a little bit older. I don't know. But that was a little bit of a bad look. But he's still, the good look here is like he finished Dalby, who's never been KO'd by anybody, So for me, it's like I have to play Randy Brown 3-4-5, man. I have to. He's the more proven cardio. Bonfim looked horrific in round 3 against Wonderboy. And listen, Wonderboy doesn't really push a pace, man. He doesn't push a pace. Like, why were you so fucking gassed against 42-year-old Wonderboy, So to me, it's like I have to play Randy Brown 1,700, 2,200, and 2,800 on round 5. Like, I understand Randy Brown has probably never been 5 himself, has he? I don't even know. I don't think so. But
he's never been 5.
Yeah, but his cardio is way more proven in round 3. He's shown me he can push through. The other guy showed me he gasses bad in round 3. So, yeah, man, I like those prices, 17, 22, 28 here. Randy Brown. I wouldn't even be shocked if it could be like a club and sub where he hurts Bonfim. Bonfim shoots right into a front choke. How long Randy Brown is. That's why I didn't want to mess around with KO 3-4-5, to be honest. That's why I didn't even bother with the KO. So, yeah, that's it. All 12 fights, 890 live viewers. Time for the Lambo Parlay segment. We hit one last week. We're going to try to hit one this week. We're going to let Dravi go first, and then I will go second.
All right, Narco. So I have the KO parlay for this week. It is CLD by knockout, Morales by knockout, and Hokit by knockout. It's 45 to 1. I play on Bet Rivers. So yeah, CLD knockout, Morales knockout, Hokit by knockout, 45 to 1. Oh, my man
All
is
right.
ready.
I got to bring in the mask. I told him, I said, if I hit a Lambo parlay last week with the mask on, I have to
You
bring
gotta
it
do it
back.
again.
I mean, we got to do it again, right? I got two of them. My first one is a decision parlay. It's Gomes by decision, Tulio by decision, and Padilla by decision at 35 to 1. And then my second one is a KO parlay. It's Morales by KO, Brown by KO, and Salikhov by KO, 79 to 1. 79 to 1 on that one. I don't mind it.
I like it.
The math came on. We're gonna hit a Lambo again this week. Watch it. Maybe two. What was yours again? Because I was too busy putting on my mask.
Morales KO, CLD KO, and Hokit KO, 45 to 1.
What was the last one?
Hokit KO.
Oh, 45 to 1. Not bad. Not bad. Because I do think CLD can potentially knock this dude out, honestly. He's just so wild. Anyways.
We'll do it. Hokit will do it, and then it will come out to Morales if he submit him or TKO him, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think that. Yeah, I mean, it definitely could it be like that. You know, Hokit kills him early, or even in 2-3, and then Morales. Yeah, it might come down to Morales because maybe we should have done. His ITD is like so bad though now. Like it got murdered.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why either. It got murdered. From minus 105 to like, I don't know, 160 now, 170 some places. You might as well just take fight doesn't go. Why are you even going to play the ITD? You get both sides at least, you know? But again, thank you very much for Dravi for tuning in. 900 live viewers. Appreciate all of you. Thank you very much. Thank you to all the donations today. We had a lot of donations. Appreciate you all. Dravi, I will give you the floor now. Again, thank you for filling in for Tim. Great show. Good luck tomorrow. And yeah, the floor is yours.
Hey, thanks, bro. Always fun talking fight with you. So I'm excited for this card. I think we're gonna catch some bets. There's some good spots. We agree on most of them, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. So Dravi on Twitter. All my bets is there. On Odd Choppers like Narco, I have a Discord and everything. So if you want info on that, hit me up on Twitter. And then on YouTube, Beat the Line Broadcast. We're really trying to reach 1K sub by the end of the year. We're at 925 right now. So if you want to do me a favor, just go out the YouTube channel, Beat the Line Broadcast, subscribe to the channel. We'll go live every week. So I appreciate you guys.
Everybody, Beat the Line Broadcast YouTube channel. Go over there and subscribe to their YouTube channel. Dixon, happy birthday, my friend. I'm eating ice cream.
Birthday, man.
Happy birthday to you, Dixon Sider. All right. Thank you very much. Good luck tomorrow. And let's cash those tickets for UFC Vegas 111.